Good evening. It is 10 p.m. January 29th, 2018, and this is Mulberry Christian News. Well, we want to start off with Senator Mark Rubio's office. Comes word that he fired his chief of staff after getting reports of improper conduct with subordinate staffs. The statement said Rubio had been made aware of allegations improper conduct by his chief of staff while he was under his employ and working at his office. He added that he had sufficient evidence to conclude that while employed by this office, my chief of staff had violated office policies regarding proper relations between a supervisor and their subordinates. I further concluded that this led to actions which amount to threats to withhold employment benefits. Rubio said in his statement that there would be no further details. And 863 Dogs, it's an affordable local travel baseball team for boys ages 11 and under. The team was begun a little more than a year ago. The team is still looking for 2 to 4 more players to add to its roster. They are looking for boys that will grow and excel, who are coachable, competitive, dedicated and loyal. They want boys who are hardworking and love the game. The team will begin tournament play in March. The team never travels more than 1 or 2 hours from home. Most tournaments are 3-game guarantees. The players practice in Mulberry 2 to 3 times a week and will scrimmage other local teams as well. 863 Dogs has knowledgeable coaches who absolutely love the game and who care about the boys. Further information, or if you have any questions, please contact Ralph Colin at 863-812-0318. You can feel free to look at the team's Facebook page at 863 DAWGS Boys Baseball Travel Team. So, if you know of a couple of kids that are interested, please give Ralph Colin a call at 863-812-0318. The Evelyn Bryant Cultural Festival is this coming Saturday. There'll be a food court, art show, booths and vendors, a kids corner, arts and crafts, quilting, a fashion show, and more. The event is sponsored by the concerned citizens of Mulberry. For further information, you can contact Julie Taylor, the president, at 863-435-1223, or Annette Dempsey at 863-425-4918, or Elston Smith at 425-3489. Also, this coming Saturday from 8 to 1, Peace Lutheran Church at 5790 Lakeland Highlands Road will be having a rummage sale. They'll have clothes, push and rider mowers, blowers, line trimmers, chainsaws, pressure washer, general and miscellaneous items. Polk County School Board member Hazel Sellers, who represents the Mulberry area in C3, says she will not run for re-election. Instead, she supports a friend, Scott Jones, a store manager for a public supermarket store. Sellers has served 4 terms on the board. The terms are for 4 years each, and the pay is $42,262 a year. Jones and his wife Erin have 3 children, ages 5, 7, and 9. Jones grew up in Ocala and moved to Polk County with his parents 15 years ago. Hazel Sellers has known Jones for years, and she says he would make a great school board member. And other elections, the Mulberry City Clerk Sharon Lauder reports that the qualifying period for the April 3rd, 2018 city elections is February 12th through the 16th. There are 3 city commission seats up for election. Commissioner at Large seat number 1 currently held by Rick Stratman. Commission seat number 3 held by Jim Splain. And seat number 5 currently held by Coach Colin Smith. It is interesting that all 3 incumbents on the Mulberry City Commission whose terms expire this year all have the last name beginning with the letter S. So if you are interested, the qualifying period is February 12th through the 16th. You can contact the city clerk on how to go about doing just that. Currently on display in the Mulberry Cultural Center next door to City Hall is a unique collection of Florida artist R. Alexander of Celebration near Orlando. It is called Forgotten Fairy Tales. Artists, as other creative people, usually have an area that they specialize or excel in. With RL, you can expect to find fairy tales including castles, moonlit nights, princes and princesses, and even hedgehogs, invariably in various settings. The display will be until February 23rd, so please stop by at the Cultural Center. The Cultural Center is also open at the same hours at the Mulberry Phosphate Museum, another local attraction that's open from Tuesdays through Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. The Mulberry birthday party will be held February 10th. It coincides with Mulberry becoming an official Florida city way back in 1901. The birthday party will be held from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. in the Centennial Park, which is located behind the Mulberry Civic Center and in front of the library. There will also be a car show, vendors, and other activities. Everyone wins at the thrift shop that is open to one and all every Thursday starting at 10 p.m. in the Mulberry United Methodist Church, which is right there on State Road 37 on North Church Avenue. It's something that's well worth your time to stop in, because they have a lot of things that are on sale, a lot of merchandise, and the prices are kept very low to make the shop affordable to about everyone and to keep merchandise moving off the shelves. And tomorrow is the last day to attend the civilian active shooter training presented by the Polk County Sheriff's Office. It'll be held at the Victory Church at 1401 Griffin Road in Lakeland from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. The training provides an overview of active shooter incidents and best practices about how to prepare for, prevent, and respond to an active shooter at your church, business, or other venue. The run, hide, fight training model will be covered, including tactics and strategies of what to do when law enforcement arrives. So if you haven't signed up, please do so, because tomorrow will be the last day that they will be having this training, at least for the foreseeable future. And on some Christian news from around the world, Christian charities supported by foreign donors, including Swiss ones, are finding it increasingly difficult to operate in India due to administrative hurdles. They allege selective implementation of regulations and blame this on the rise of Hindu fundamentalism. It is unfortunate these days fundamentalism is growing in the country, with our government itself supporting the Hindu agenda of the communal forces, according to Indian Bishop Robert Miranda in his speech in the Swiss city of Freiburg in October of last year. He was invited by Museo, Switzerland, the Swiss branch of the Pontifical Mission Societies that are under the jurisdiction of the Pope. Miranda leads a diocese of around 8,000 Catholics in the small town of Gilborga in the southern Indian state of Karnataka. In 1988, when he was first sent to the region, there were only 3 Catholic families and a few Methodists. The congregation quickly grew when Dalits, who belonged to the lowest caste among Hindus, began showing an interest in Christianity and converted to Catholicism. Also, about 5 years ago, when Muslim rebels called themselves Salika Coalition in the local language, the former president of the Central African Republic, Miss Florence, and other Christians fled to a camp for internally displaced people near the international airport among the fighting, because she knew French peacekeepers could protect her there. What alerted me were detonations and rocket launchers. Then she said, I saw Muslim women slaughtering Christian women and their babies with sharp knives like animals. They even killed a pregnant woman in front of her. But the sense of security she enjoyed has evaporated since French peacekeepers left in late 2016, handing duties over to the 13,700 strong UN stabilization mission. And on our veterans news, as more female soldiers move into frontline combat jobs, the Army's top leaders have decided to integrate female officers into infantry and armor brigades at 3 more military bases around the country. The decision comes a year after the first women began enlisting in the ground combat units, and it will send female officers at Fort Carson in Colorado, Fort Campbell in Kentucky, and Fort Bliss in Texas. The increase from 2 bases now to 5 means that there will be women in infantry and army units at 45% of the Army installations that have combat brigades. Until now, the integrated units were only at Fort Hood in Texas and Fort Bragg in North Carolina. The Manchester VA Medical Center failed to take seriously whistleblower